Hi, it's Colin Sanders here from the History Books Review, and this is an announcement. I've been doing the History Books Reviews since about 2008, well, in fact, exactly since 2008, and it's basically been pretty slow, hard going. First of all, I had to work out how to use the recording equipment and stuff, and it took me a long time to do that. I also had to learn how to write, which I couldn't do, and I'm still learning how to speak properly, and many thanks for your patience in sticking with me on that one. Obviously it's 2014 now. I don't have a huge amount of achievement to show for 6 years of working on this, but there are now a body of reviews that are on iTunes and YouTube, and I've built up a small but perfectly formed following of people who are kind enough to make comments on the videos and things like that. Now, when Mike Duncan of the famous History of Rome podcast got to his 100th episode, his podcast was so popular and successful that he felt the need to interact with his large and vibrant audience by having a question and answer session on that podcast, which was a great idea, and it worked very well, and I remember enjoying it immensely. Obviously, this is an unpopular and unsuccessful podcast, so I can't expect the kind of response that Mike got. But if you have got a question you would like me to answer, I am planning to have a special anniversary 100th edition, which will be released on the 23rd of October. So if you could get questions to me by the 15th of October, I would be very grateful to receive them, and I'll see if I can fit them in. My output is somewhat chaotic and erratic. Obviously, you know that I spend months and months not releasing anything, and I don't have a consistent theme, although the bulk of what I've been doing has been my extended review of Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. If I read something else, I will cheerfully wade in and review that as well, so the whole thing is a bit of a mess. On top of that, I've also got the fact that my YouTube channel and my iTunes feed have got totally out of step with each other. I've experimented in lots of ways to try and reduce the amount of time these take to make so that I can produce more of them. Most of these experiments have been a dismal failure, and I've ended up wasting a lot of time and not producing anything, and I've still not really worked out an easy way of producing them. One time wasting idea is that I produce the YouTube video, then I use the audio from the YouTube video as a podcast. This works well for me. I'm not sure how well it works for the listener. But I spent a long time trying to work out the best way of easily extracting the MP3 from the MP4. If you're interested in the technicalities of it, you probably aren't, but that's how it works. It turns out there isn't an easy way. Every way of doing it is long, time consuming and rather tedious. As a result, the iTunes feed and the YouTube feed are completely out of sync, so if you're following me on YouTube, you're a lot further into the Gibbon than you are on iTunes. I also don't always trouble to extract it, so some stuff has been on YouTube and is not on iTunes. I'd be very interested to know just how many people are actually following me on iTunes, because it obviously makes extra work by supporting iTunes, and if it's not really working over there, then maybe it's time to fold it up and just concentrate on YouTube. I'd be interested to see what people think of that. Of course, the disadvantage of YouTube is you can't listen to it in your car, so I'm sort of reluctant to change, but I will. This is a good opportunity to get a feel for what the listeners think of it. And so send any questions or indeed comments, flattery, abuse, everything is equally appreciated, to the comment section of YouTube or the comment section on iTunes, or if you want, you can also email me. My email address that I use exclusively for History Books Review business is historyscientist, that's all one word, history scientist, at BT Internet, that's all one word as well, btinternet.com. Thanks for listening.